Steelers uniform for 2021.
So still a significant cap relief for the Steelers, no matter what this ends up being, but probably you said maybe half. What does it do overall for them, Brooke? Because we saw Ben mention it in the statement that was just released, that he's trying to, help bring other talent back to this team. Where does the team stand on that as they look to bring back some other key free agents?
Well, at this point, the Steelers still have 19 unrestricted free agents, and these are guys that are going to fetch a pretty high price tag on the open market. Guys like wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster, linebacker Bud Dupree. At this point, even though Ben is reducing his salary by about half, as far as we know, it's still going to be really impossible for them to bring any of those guys back. So the Steelers are still going to have to be bargain hunting to surround Ben Roethlisberger with some talent for the upcoming season.
And again, that last game for the Steelers probably still stings, losing to the Browns in the playoffs, the Browns of all people. But again, 39-year-old Ben Roethlisberger coming back for an 18th season, and 2021, just the one-year deal. Let us know when you find out those terms, okay, Brooke? Thank you.
Sage, how about it? Down to 10 days.
Count
them, 10, until the men's NCAA tournament field is announced. Plenty of storylines and bubble teams to keep an eye on. Michigan State, one of them, currently sits in Joe Lunardi's last four in.
17th. April 29th, the NFL draft. So busy times. You know how they say there is no NFL offseason? It's kind of true as teams consider their next moves. 3 more notable players hit the open market yesterday. Giants receiver Golden Tate, Vikings tight end Kyle Rudolph, and Saints tight end Jared Cook after their respective teams cut ties. So there you have it. 3 additional options for those with cap space to consider in the coming days and weeks. And here are the teams with the most money available to spend. The most cap space belongs to the teams with the 2 worst records last year. Of course, the Jaguars and the Jets, who went a combined 3-29 last year. Not good. Team to watch is the Indianapolis Colts, a playoff team, and still with nearly $46 million to work with. And that's after acquiring Carson Wentz. The Patriots are number 3 in that line with the 3rd most cap space. Let's bring in our insider now, Field Yates, and analyst Rob Ninkovich, who, of course, won 2 Super Bowls with the Patriots. So let's begin there with the Patriots, Rob. And your former head coach just finished his first losing season in 20 years. Yeah, Bill Belichick hadn't finished below 500 since his first season with New England in 2000, and now he's got a lot of cap space with which to work. So, in your expert opinion, which direction do you see them going with that money?
Well, I think this is the biggest offseason in 20 years, especially with the almost $60 million in cap space that they have available. Look, I think that there's a lot of different directions they're going to want to go. Number one being quarterback. They have to figure out who their quarterback is going to be. Last year, it wasn't good enough. Then you look at the receiving core. There's definitely some question marks there. They need a true number one. And then go down the list. Tight end, they could use a tight end. Then you can flip to the other side and you go defensive front. Outside linebackers, pass rusher. Look, there's a lot of needs on this team, but I believe in Bill. I think Bill can get it done, especially with where the cap is and some available free agents, potentially that are going to be free agents coming up with some releases. So I think that the Patriots are in great shape with the amount of money that they have heading into free agency. It should be exciting. I can't wait to see what they do. This could be one of those teams. You see Bill and the things that he's able to do with coaching a great team, and you go out and you get some free agents. They might be at the top of the division again. We'll see.
But those are 3 big positions just on the offensive side of the ball: quarterback, receiver, tight end, and then on the defensive side, too. It's a good thing they've got the 3rd most money to spend. Big picture, the NFL is constantly changing, right? Evolving with players like J.J. Watt deciding to change it all up and sign with Arizona. And on that note, let's listen to what Cardinals owner Michael Bidwell said about potential changes in his mind that are coming this offseason.
It's going to be a seismic shift in talent across the NFL. You've got teams that are projected to be well over the cap. We've got teams projected to be well under. I know every free agent or potential free agent out there is thinking, well, they're not going to get released, but, there are going to be a bunch of surprises for people when everybody has to get under the cap and free agency starts. I see a big shift, seismic shift in terms of talent moving around.
Seismic. So, Field, we just chronicled teams that are well under the cap who have money to spend, but then there's the other side of the coin, right? Teams that are strapped for cash. So take us through a few of those teams and some of the tough decisions that they're facing.
Well, Sage, to be clear, the Saints always have a plan. This year, their plan is going to have to be manipulated a little bit because as of right now, they're still north of $60 million over a projected salary cap of $180 million. And keep in mind, we're all talking about Jameis Winston as a possible starter for them next year. He's not even under contract right now, so they're going to have to not only create a bunch of cap space, but also find a way to re-sign someone like Jameis Winston, who at least seems like a bet to be their starting quarterback going into next season, especially if Taysom Hill goes back to sort of that factor back role / X factor he was last year. As for the Eagles, that's another team to keep an eye on right here, right now, Sage, because they have a ton of cap commitments. It is well north of $180 million. They're always creative with the cap. They always have some funky contracts, but this team could be in something of a soft reset after trading away Carson Wentz and with the 6th pick in the upcoming draft. And one more team to keep an eye on is the Chiefs. Listen, the Chiefs are going to be fine with the cap. They had a point last offseason. They were down to $171 million. They extended Travis Kelce and Chris Jones and, of course, Patrick Mahomes, but they're going to have to find a couple of ways to reinforce their offensive line a little bit. We saw what happened during the Super Bowl when Patrick Mahomes was unable to be adequately protected.
Absolutely. He got beat up in that Super Bowl, pressured 29 times without his 2 starting left tackles, and it obviously made a huge difference in the outcome of that game. Guys, it's going to be a fun couple of days and weeks. Stay tuned. Thank you.
Hey, speaking of fun, it's been fun watching Zion play basketball of late. Pelicans at home taking on the Bulls. He would do it again. Just over 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Pelicans down 21-12. Look at that finish. He's just too big. He's just too strong. He's too athletic. Pelicans trail 21-14. Then he plays some defense. Lonzo Ball then gets up and finds him for the turnaround. Check out this pass by Lonzo. Boy, those ball kids can dish, can't they? Pelicans cut the lead to 1. But then Zach LaVine would take over. Third quarter, LaVine finishes tough. 12 points in the quarter for LaVine. That all in the third.
He's playing next level this season.
Yeah, he is. He's not just a dunker. Fourth quarter, just under 2 minutes. Pelicans down 6. Eric Bledsoe finds Jackson Hayes. Pelicans cut the lead to 4. Here they come after defensive stop. Zion gets the pass. He's fouled on the play. So he would head to the line to shoot 2. All right, first free throw. No. Second free throw. No. That would have cut the lead to 2. And the Pelicans just couldn't stop the Bulls in the fourth quarter. LaVine, 36 points.